Hello there, Gemini. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Gemini for June of 2020. I guess I should say happy birthday, Gemini. We're 6 months into the year now. For all of you that are new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for an overall view of the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. And I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you while I'm doing the reading. It makes all you Geminis named Frankie, I guess, for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't think the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as like an overall view. Now, I have a short message for us before I begin, and it's kind of strange. It says, what they're saying is we are going to really tap into our emotional intelligence, and we're air signs, so we're more mental energy. But this month we're going to tap in to our emotional intelligence, and I can see 2 cards in here, well, actually 3, that would mean the message they gave me. And we're going to look over and take back the parts of us that we really enjoyed or liked that maybe we left behind for a long time. We're going to really start tapping into the emotion, our emotional intelligence, what's right, what's wrong for us, and the things that we got rid of that we think are relevant now we'll bring back into our life. And I like that energy for us because we have good words, and the first one is depth, adventure, clarity, abundance, and I see that one right off the bat, and flexibility, And if we think about it, you have to go deep to tap into that and think about, oh my gosh, what did I leave behind that I need now? It's particularly that kind of energy, because our first energy here is excellent energy. It's the 6 of Pentacles, and that's earth plane energy, money, the energy of money. It says financial difficulties are solved, any problems that we had, which is great. We now will have plenty to share, plenty to spare. We can afford like a charitable act because our income's getting very nice again and steady, and our security's stable. We'd be in like a balanced position of income and outgo, which is a good place to be. So we're using our prosperity when we get this card sometimes to help others, So a time of good coming to us, a time of good going from us, like in material energy, material plane, the world, money, maybe material goods that were maybe contributing to someone maybe that's struggling, at this time. Um, Things like that, helping disadvantaged people, things of that nature, experiencing abundance, like our word down here, and prosperity, and most of all, like a personal feeling of gratification. Maybe, right under it is the Ace of Pentacles, which is fresh new starts in finances. So maybe a lot of we Geminis are the ones that are going back to work, doing things like that this month, getting a sense of who we are, what is it I left behind that I want to pick up, and it was part of my being before, and maybe I shut it off and I want to bring it back, all that kind of energy, being clear about it through the whole time. Who do I want to help and serve? Who do I want to contribute to? What is going to be the best for me to do? And we have the intuition this month, a lot of it. Believe me, when you see these cards, we have the intuition to kind of pick that back up, and know what it is, because this has come up, and I put them in different spots in the deck, and then I shuffle the cards, then I cut the cards, and then I pull them, and she's come up for all three of these readings that I've done today: Aries, Taurus, and now you guys, Gemini. Now this is going to be a water sign person, male or female, because these are general readings, so I can't say it's a woman only. It can mean male, female. It's going to be Cancer, uh, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type energetics around us this month. If you're a guy watching this, actually this can be the woman that you're really in love with. So this is a very good energy, whether it's a woman, or whether it's a lover or a friend, or your mother or your father. That's that best kind of nurturing, loving person, a person who's really wise about the world and love energy, that kind of stuff. Attitude that is very, very approachable, like the best friend, the best mother, the best father. It's that kind of energy. Any kindly person that is in our life. Um, like I said, if you're a man, it could be the person, the woman that you're in love with, the person that you're in love with. They're creative, they might be artistic, they're a visionary type person, psychic ability extremely highly developed, and they temper that ability with maturity because it's a queen. So with common sense and logic, so they may be extremely intuitive, but it's not going to come out because it'll seem so common sense, if that makes any sense. Common sense, telling you those kind of things that are important to you, loving you, nurturing you, helping you at all costs, that kind of energy. Even, and if they're not a person, let's say it's something concerning some kind of creative endeavor or a circumstance that has an emotional tone to us, it's going to be extremely like positive in our life. We have the abundance word and an abundance card where we have like enough to share. So to me it sounds like really in a really kind of good month for us, energetically, intuitively, getting in touch with ourselves, getting the clarity that we need, like moving forward. Because the next card is the Four of Pentacles. So we have two Pentacles, and Pentacles are always usually earth plane things, money, finances, business, material goods, that type of energy. But this card is called the card of the miser. Maybe that's why I have more than enough to share and more than enough to spare, because I sat on my money. Because this Four of Pentacles, usually in my other deck, the little guy here is sitting right down on top of a pentacle, or has 2 feet on the pentacle. It's like, I'm not sharing this with anybody. I'm hanging on to it for dear life. So it's someone who's tight with money, well, with material possessions that we already have. It's like that kind of energy, being tight with money, tight with our material possessions, feeling like we're going to be threatened with some kind of loss, that's going to happen to us, and we are guarding, like closely guarding everything that we have. So with this card, sometimes we're hanging on to something, either it's a possessions or it could be a situation, maybe fear of the change that's involved in it, or maybe we simply like things just exactly the way they are. But the card itself, it says but. The card itself says but change is part of life, and we have to be able to accept that it's going to come, and it will come. So it's telling us we're in a good shape now. You know, we're in good shape. We're in a reasonable place in our life. You know, maybe we want to share more. You know, I think the energy of this card sometimes could be like we're hanging on to money, let's say, because we maybe want to buy a new car, or we want a down payment on a house, you know, that kind of energy, you know, or we're hanging on to some kind of situation maybe in our lives until we get more clarity about it because it's bothering us, you know, that type of energy before we give in or give something out. I want to see what I'm giving to. It could be that kind of energy for some of us also, you know. And I think with everything going on in the world right now, a lot of us are still shut down, a lot of us aren't working, or if we are back to work, maybe it's on a part-time for a lot of us, and we're worried about funds or money coming in, and that may just be that type of energy. You know, holding on to what I have until something gets better or more work comes. It could be part of that. Want to make sure, you know, that I'm paying my bills. You know, for some of us, it'll be just that simple type of energy. Maybe for some of us, it's the kid that's asking for money every other day, and we're saying, don't have it, don't have it, not giving it. It could be that for some of us too. It's kind of funny because we do have it. We have abundance in our word here, and you know, we have clarity in our words. Maybe the kid wants us to be flexible like our word and give me a second allowance this week, Dad, Mom, you know, and I'm very intuitive like the Queen of Cups, but I'm using my common sense. No, it could be that kind of energy for us if I wanted to say it, like explaining an example or a situation. Because here we have the high priestess, you know, and that's excellent. That is a high degree of how do I want to say it, awareness of the invisible world, of the psychic world. And when you see this next card here after it, you're going to be kind of really shocked because it's the inner world in our life that you know, looking at the inner world in our life, or, you know, before any changes can take place in the material realm, which is basically what we're doing with that original message. Looking in, you know, to our emotions. What did I leave behind that's really required or needed now? So we'd be very attuned to the inner world, you know, to our intuition, things like that. May want to remove ourselves from the day-to-day world, you know, and just in order to go deeper, like our word depth here, to go within, tune in to our inner voice. What is it telling us? Tune in to our spiritual awareness, develop our psychic ability so we know certain things that we want to do and don't want to do, and that our intuition, that's how they want me to say it, our intuition is no longer steering us, you know, steering us in the wrong direction, is what I want to say, steering us in the wrong direction. Now, another thing I want to say about the high priestess energy is the high priestess knows all and sees all, but does not speak all. When you meet the high priestess, right, and you want information from her, you would have to ask exactly the right question. So for some of us, it's going to be that energetics of keeping to myself that which I don't want to share with others, unless at the time I feel that it's the right time to share it, you know? So the high priestess knows everything about everybody, but she doesn't talk it, you know? It's kind of like keeping other people's secrets, even if I know something about them. The energy of kind of intuition and really heavy duty loyalty and, that kind of stuff. Or maybe, I saw too much while I was home from work or something, and I know too much, and that's why I'm not giving the kid the money. It's could be that type thing too, or maybe I saw a friend do something they shouldn't be doing, and I want to say something about it, and I don't, because they haven't asked me for it yet. It's all that kind of energetics too, but with that original message, with the Queen of Cups in here, real high intuitive, and the High Priestess are very high intuition coming into play. I think whether this is work or relationships or whatever kind of energetics it is, I think that we're going to really know clearly, what it is we're going to do or next, or what it is that's appropriate to us, because our next card here is the Moon. So we have three high intuitive energies in the same reading. Maybe that's why we need to go in and see what emotional thing did we leave behind, because we're mental energy and we need it now. Need it now. It's like more than ever. Maybe there's pieces we left behind, because this is being aware of the world that the moon lights, which is our inner world. Being aware of that kind of energy, because the moon illuminates the non-conscious side of human life. It allows, it shines the light, from inside ourselves. So in the spiritual world that's inside of us. So we be perceiving in our inner nature way more clearly this month, and becoming more and more aware of the little shadings, of feelings and our inner perceptions. And I think that's what the original message was about. It's a time when we are really acutely tuned to the spiritual world and more connected to the information, of the invisible world, which is what the moon lights. So it can mean real highly, a bunch of high psychic development here also. So the moon also can mean secrets, hidden things that are hidden from us that are going to come to light this month, things that we need to know. It's that kind of energy, things that go very deep, and that's interesting if we've been a lot in our mental or in our head, So they're telling us we're going to have high intuition, whether it's a work energy for us or a love energy. They're telling us maybe secrets are being hidden, but at the same token, we have that energy to give and receive and to nurture with the Queen of Cups energy if it's not someone around us, or to do very well with the Queen of Cups in some kind of energetics of maybe something that we want to bring forward for ourselves, because a lot's changed during these few months, and it's changed rapidly. So we might be thinking along the different lines, about what is it I want to do, when I go out, or step outside is the way they're saying, and step outside in the world. What is it I want to see and do, and what should I pay attention to? And taking the time to intuit that, intuit it, but with that mature type of common sense that gives us the intuition and the next, how do I want to say this? That gives us the intuition and the next logical step based off of that, if that makes any sense. Let's see our angel. Notice the signs. I always say you can't make these angel cards up. It says, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you are loved and that you are never alone. Well, I gotta tell you, if there's any month that we're going to get the signs, it's this month with all these intuitive cards there. Whoop, let me see. Did I go past it? Nope, I didn't go far enough. It says the angels gave you this card to help you understand the signs you've been receiving lately. These signs may include feathers, coins, butterflies, birds, repetitive visions that make you think of the angels who have deliberately sent you these signs to let you know that they're nearby, protecting, loving, and guiding you. The additional meanings are your departed loved ones in heaven are saying, hello, I love you. Notice and believe in the repetitive signs you receive as validation that you're on the right path, and have faith. Follow these signs guiding you to your heart's desire. I think with all this high intuition here this month, we're going to do that path that brings us our heart's desire this month. It'll be an interesting month because we got 3 cards in here of high intuition and 2 that are money cards, which are that's pretty interesting, along with the word abundance and along with the word clarity. Kind of makes real good sense if you think about it, Gemini. Well, Gemini, that's our reading for this month, and I want to tell you all, thank you for your likes, your shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and if anybody wants to know more about me, or if you just want to go neb about me, or if you need to set an appointment with me, obviously, all the information is down below the screen in the About section at the website, and at the website there's 2 short videos. One explains a prayer class I put out there for you guys. The other one explains the sutra class that I put for you. The prayer class tells you how to format prayers, why you do them that way. It's 2.5 hours long. It's real comprehensive. The sutras are simple thought forms you put in a meditation that takes 5 minutes a day, and it enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. And we all need that now, don't we? Well, to all of you that I've met through 4 whole years of doing YouTubes, and everybody I've met through 32 years of this work, I want to tell you, it's all of you. It's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully, I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.